Hello, and welcome back to Rev Lexus, the Lexus channel for you. And today we're also going to be including some Toyotas onto this video and channel. If anybody's been following the channel for a while, they have probably been aware that I'm quite a Lexus enthusiast and fan. I've had quite a few of them from IS, the RX, and the SC. We've also had the CT 200H in the family. And there's been quite a few other Lexus models lent to me over the years from the dealership for the channel. And recently I've purchased, well, not that quite recently, about 7 months ago, I purchased the Toyota IQ, which is a small city car, if you're not familiar with it. 2 doors, 4 seats originally, 3+1. It's a 1 litre automatic. And I'm looking to get a newer car now. We're kind of in the sunshine, as I say this in May of 2023. Yeah, it's still cold. It's in 14 degrees and cloudy, but yeah, it's still grey. Anyway, without talking about the weather too much, I thought I would talk about cars, because that's why we're here. And I thought we would talk about new cars that's going to technically replace the SE430 and the IQ, both ends of the spectrum, because the SE430 I owned for 2.5 years. It's very enjoyable to drive, very well built, being a 2004 model, which now in 2023 was coming up to 20 years, 19, but coming up to 20 years. I think I got rid of it about 18.5 years old, something like that, but a really good car, really enjoyed it, enjoyed my time with it, and always looking forward to the next best thing. So today's list is going to be looking at possible cars that could replace it. I do like a convertible, and unfortunately Lexus hasn't really been known for making convertibles over its 30-year lifespan, something like that. They've made the SE430, the IS250C. I think there's a 350C in the States, but elsewhere it's just a 250C. And then the LC500 convertible, which came out, I think, 2020. So that's the only convertibles we're dealing with. I have looked at a good few IS250 convertibles. Everybody's probably aware I had a 2007 IS250 saloon with the 4 doors, with the black on black, reasonable spec, had like a camera, had cooled seats, smart living sound system, nice wheels. So I'd quite want something same kind of spec, like keyless entry, keyless go, all that jazz. And quite a lot of them aren't as good spec, like Martin Levison sound system's quite hard to find. I don't really want a black and car again, don't really want a black interior in a convertible, quite like a bit of colour, which I've only seen either I think it was the final edition or something like that, limited edition, they had like with kind of red inserts around the panels and things. It was a run out model, I think in 2012, and there was a cream interior, which if I find some images I will throw up. Exterior colour wise, I do like the red from that era. There's a couple of white ones floating around, I think 2 or 3 white ones I've seen over the last few months. I have been looking for about 4 or 5 months, and yeah, they're all automatic as far as I'm aware in the UK anyway, and they're all the 250 V6 petrols. Tax in the UK is quite high for them, I think 340 or 350 is the time of looking, around that region. But yeah, there's not too many, they didn't sell too many to begin with, and the front of it still looks like the standard IS250. I just wish they changed the headlights are a bit, because the back end looks dead boxy and looks like a LS460, but like a 2012 one, weirdly, even though it was a 2009 model year it came out, just because it's got the big dark tail lights, kind of rectangular going across, accentuating the kind of width. So that's on the list. Haven't test drove one, haven't even found one in Scotland, so I'm not going to be driving like 5 hours to somewhere down south just to see a car. And they've all got, they're getting to that age, they've got a lot of mileage as well. I wouldn't want a car with like 80,000-90,000 miles again, just because I've lived that life and maintaining that. And yeah, I want something I can enjoy and just put some miles on it and not have to worry too much about it all. The next car as well is, I looked at some Toyotas. I actually looked at some hybrid ones, like the Yaris and things, because I do quite like that. The same as the Yaris GR, but I sat in one of them and the seats look great. Just the interior quality just put me off as a daily driver, and I never really got even the opportunity to drive it. I was just like, they're quite abundant now. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, about 3 years ago they came out. Quite hard to get, but now they're all over forecourts and you can pick one up quite easily. But yeah, the interior quality is quite plasticky, and that put me off. I said, I know it's from what I've seen on YouTube. I don't know anybody with them personally, but from what I've seen on YouTube, they're great cars. Manual, 3-cylinder, great fun to drive, quick, compact. The GR86 is relatively new out, and I have looked at them, and I have sat in one of them, and they're good as well. But yeah, they're all sold out. I've went to a dealership that had one for a demo, and they're all sold out. The one they've got for a demo is even sold before it's a demo, so it's just sitting there. Can't get used, so that's a shame. I looked at the Supra as well. There's various degrees of 2 litres and 3 litres of them, various models. You can get some limited edition ones, you can get some standard ones. There's no convertibles of them, unfortunately, which would lead you to a Z4. Yeah, they sound great. I have sat in them. I've driven one of them as well. I read one back in the day, and I sat in, I think, the blue one for black interior about a month ago, just 5 weeks ago, something like that. But the claustrophobic kind of bubble roof, I felt like that was quite limiting. I don't know, just for an everyday car, the blue exterior was lovely, the black interior was quite dark, and then the headlight, the kind of roof in your eyesight was kind of blocked with the roof, so that wasn't particularly amazing. So yeah, that's on the list but off the list at the same time. I looked at the Lexus models, the RC 300H, because you can get 2015, 2016 ones of them with £20 road tax before the new luxury car tax came into play. I think they're great value. The interior of them's quite dated now, but I do like the fact you still get Mark Levinson, you can get the cooled seats. And usually the RCs aren't spec'd that well. Like there's hardly any with sunroofs, there's hardly any with like the Mark Levinson or all the other packs. Like, even the F Sport package seems to be quite popular in the RC versus any other trim exterior package. The interior options on them are very limited. Some of them just got heated seats, some of them just got the basic nav. Yeah, like again, I don't want a black interior. I can't remember. I don't think I've seen a dove grey with a blue exterior, like ultrasonic blue, down in Cardiff online, which again I'm not driving to Wales just to look at a car. And up in Scotland again, they're very few and far between. I did see a Naples yellow one with a black interior. It was actually, I think it was a 68 plate that had the updated interior, but still the exterior was the older kind of unfacelifted RC with the split daytime running light and headlight. I never knew that existed until I was looking at the RCs, and there was like a model year before the facelifted exterior. Kind of got the IS update interior, but not the exterior. And then there's updated RCs they've just not depreciated. Like you can get a 2019 one of them that are still £34,000 with like 20 odd thousand miles on them. You're still paying higher tax because it's a luxury car. I would want to go for an F Sport Takumi, so you get the sunroof and you get the Mark Levinson, you get the cool lights. I do like that red, which I can't remember if it's called Ultra Flare or something like that. That really cool red that we had on the channel a few years ago. That or the blue with the kind of polished chrome F Sport alloys with the kind of orange brake calipers. I think that sets it off really nicely. What else is on the list? I looked at the RCF, like looking at 2015, 2016 of them with the V8, but the road tax of them was like £655 plus. Living that 20 odd miles to a gallon life isn't the same for me. Same as the GSF, they've really held their value. I think the 2016 plates or 2017 plates, they're still like high 30s. They've held their value really well in comparison to especially things like the BM5. Interior of the GS, as you know, is quite old, 2012 I think they came out, so they're quite 2 generations old style Lexus with the steering wheel and that, but I do like the colours. There's a few up for sale. The ultrasonic blue would be my option, but there is a nice dark grey, and I think there's a flare orange one I've seen as well at time of filming, but I've not test drove that either, and again they're so hard to come by. What would I choose? So that's kind of the spectrum that I've been looking at. I've looked at some Toyota, some Lexus. I know I kind of want to be in that remit and pool of cars. I would love a convertible, but I've just not got £112,000 for an LC500 convertible. The older IS250 initially got my interest, but I'd literally just be buying that because you can take the roof off. Like, I've lived the IS250 life, and there's some things about that I don't like now, especially the interior's quite dated. But yeah, comment below what you would choose out of the list and try and help me out. As always, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Ciao.